Jason from MyRestoRide. We are back here at One Off Rod and Custom. We're going to take a look at the Dodge, see what progress they've made. Stay tuned. All right, so if you remember in the last video, we showed us some of the rear work. There's still a little bit still to be done on the rear. We've got naturally some finishing off some of the brackets. You know, they naturally grind down these welds and clean it up a little bit. We got a whole new rear going in the back here. 9-inch rear, similar to this one, exactly the same one, just, you know, new, of course. All right, so as you can see, we're looking at the drive shaft. That's actually going to have we're going to get a custom built drive shaft to fit a little bit beefier of a drive shaft. I didn't like that one that came with the truck when I bought it. Something's going to work with that 9-inch rear and just be a little bit beefier and such. So I think the drive shaft getting lowered and lifted and moving up and down and articulating. Naturally, we've got to cut out a little bit of that cab back there, and they're just finishing it off right now. It's not completely finished, but you can see they're giving that little bit of a notch for it to rest up in. Let's take a look inside the truck. All right, so here's that drive shaft capping that they had put on recently. And again, it's all molded into the floor, so it looks like it's part of the floor, which is important. Keep that styling and keep it clean. You can see they put in a replacement piece here, and then it molded it right into where the floor looked like it was almost like it wasn't even taken out. The adjustment that we had done on the frame up front to move the engine forward by about 2 to 3 inches is going to bring my shifter 2 to 3 inches forward, which is where it's at now. It was originally back here at this point, and right about this point, and so it's moved forward. And then, of course, finishing off that transmission housing. You can see the in these pictures, this is the framing that they did. They didn't spare any bit of detail. It wasn't just like they bent a piece of metal over the transmission. You have to have the supports that go in, so they're going to naturally create them, and this is what they look like as they built them. And then here's the beginning of the finish casing that's going to lead up into the firewall, which is what the next step is, to build that firewall on the front half. So the firewall is going to have to be fully custom. Naturally, the only support of the firewall was this piece right here. So we're going to build out a support bracket and then mold it such so that it can naturally tuck around the back of the engine, and they'll do some bead work to make it look clean and polished, make it look really nice. But this gives you a lot more room. We're going to replace the carburetors, the Utterbrock carburetors, with Sniper fuel injection and a single air filter, which will work out real nice. Sort of like on this engine over here. This is the same engine, and this is the Snipers, the single air cleaner. They'll just continue to work on that firewall and work their way up. They'll build a support system along the edge and then do the bead work to kind of clean up. So when you look down in the engine compartment, it'll look really clean and finished off. So as you can see, they made some progress on the 49. The biggest part of it was getting that frame in place, getting all the measurements right so that it sat right from when you articulate and lift and lower the vehicle. That was the biggest point that took some time for them to do. When they got to this point now, they're into the finer details inside getting the cab to fit the right way on that chassis and working their way out, of course, naturally, and getting it to kind of bring it all back together. Still a lot more work to be done on the 49. We've got a lot more content that we're going to produce on it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow along so you can see the progress on the 49. They made a lot of good progress here at One Off. We like what they're doing, a lot of good work. They're taking their time, but they're doing it right. And that's the most important thing. It'd be one thing just to kind of bolt it all together and just to get it out in the show circuit, but I didn't want that. I want it done right. So it's taking a little bit of time, but they're doing it right. So thanks for watching, everyone. Continue to follow along, and we'll continue to produce good content, and hopefully you enjoy watching. If you have a vehicle that you have finished or you're showing that you want to premiere on our website, MyRestoRide.com, shoot me a message, and I'll get with you, and we can do an article write-up, some pictures, whatever. That's the point of the website that we put it together, was to feature vehicles like this that are custom, maybe not original restores, but more sort of your perversion of maybe a custom ride, whether it's an older body style. Shoot, even a newer body style is fine too. We love those custom hot rods. So check us out on the website, MyRestoRide.com, and hit the subscribe button. Comment below if you like what you see, and tell us what you want to see more. Talk to you guys later.